Hey, what's up, tribe? Adam here again. This is the second video of this bushcraft series. So, you know, day one, we're lost hikers. We got our shelter up. So since that video, we had a bad storm. It rained a lot. It was windy. Shelter held up fine. So now that we got shelter, we need to start thinking, hey, so I have force protection, I have a firearm, but you know, I want to keep the wildlife away from me. I need to purify water, and I'll have to cook food. So I gotta stay warm and dry as well. I need a fire. So what are some of the things we need to start a fire? I'm gonna show you the fire I like best and how to prepare it. So we have to be prepared to make a fire, right? We have to be trained to make a fire because it's not easy. I read a statistic where, you know, there's up to 100 hunters a year that die with a lighter in their pocket from freezing to death because they couldn't get a fire going. And that's sad to me because, you know, even in wet conditions, I mean, most of the wood out here right now is soggy. I'm gonna show you how to get it done. So I'm gonna dig out a little fire pit because I have no rocks in my area, so I can't build it up and just put rocks around for that fire pit. So I'm gonna dig in, get all the brush away. I don't want to start a fire, forest fire, right? I just want to have my controlled fire. So I don't have a shovel, so all I did was I got this stick. And I sharpened I just tore off a end with my hatchet, just knocked it off, and I'll dig with that. So I'm gonna dig my fire pit and show you how to make fire. Here's where my fire is gonna be, around right here. I don't know if I'm getting it on film. So I'll start it right here. And as the days go and as I, you know, need to improve my shelter, which we're gonna be doing, the fire pit may change, right? So for right now, this is about the size that I'm gonna want. Keep predators away, keep me warm, keep me dry. It's a signal for, hey, here I am, come get me. I'm hungry, I'm cold, right? And I can purify water and cook. So since I don't have rocks, I want to get a little lower, right? So just gonna come in here. And I'm not gonna have you guys watch this whole thing. I'm just gonna give you an idea of what I'm doing, right? Just get the shape of this pit, right? Get it down, then I can use this mud to help surround it. I'm just getting the shape of this. I'll show you when it's done. All right, guys, I got that dug out just enough to get this fire started. So let's go over what we need for a fire. So my way of doing it, I like the elevator fire to get started. You get a lot of oxygen in there, you can move it up and down, not a whole lot of blowing. So it's what I prefer, but you can do however you want. You can do pyramid, whatever. But let's see, what do we need? We need little twigs, right? Then we need, so kindling, and then more fuel, and then larger fuel. So what we like to do is think matches, pencils, and then your sticks, right? And then as the fire gets hotter, you can put in larger stuff, cut it down, so it's good fuel and it burns efficiently. So first thing is my little twigs. So these guys are just nice and little, right? That's what I'm gonna get started with. I have my bird's nest, so I'll show you that. And then once those are on and lit, I have the larger stuff. This is still twigs and pencil size sticks, right? And then we move into the larger stuff, right? And this is a little damp, but not bad. But I cut away a lot of the damp stuff, broke it down, and kept the dry stuff. So if you cannot find dry wood, cut into the wood, especially deadfall, cut into it and then start shaving the dry stuff out. That's good kindling, help you get a fire. And we'll show that in a later video. But let's get this going. I'll show you the layout, how I do it. And just a reminder, so anyone who watches this stuff and sees all these people starving to death in the jungle, there's no need to. I was digging right here. I only went down 2 inches and I probably found 40 worms. All right, yeah, I know it's not on the meal everyone wants to have, but it will keep you alive. That's protein. All right, so keep that in mind. If you're hungry, dig. All right. All right, so here I just got my bird's nest. I'm just gonna break up the fibers and get that ready. This little guy. So I'll have that ready to catch a spark or a lighter. Hopefully you guys have a lighter. So I'll put that here. All right. So the way we're gonna set this up. So when I lay it down, these 3 sticks are going to be in like a pyramid, a triangle, right? So it'll be just like this, and I'll show you why. And just as a reminder, you know, what do we need for a fire? Just look at the 3 sides of a triangle, right? You need air, heat, and fuel, right? So we have to make it so air can get in there. We have to have the right fuel to get it started and to maintain it, and then we need to be able to get a heat source, so a spark, a flame, whatever it is, and keep that heat going so the fire continues, right, with the proper amount of air. So I'll angle this camera down, show you what I mean. So before we start this fire, I got the driest stuff I could find out here. Everything's pretty damp, so I'm gonna need a fire accelerator, something to help me out getting this going for the fire to catch a spark. So I got a little bird's nest, but this tree has been cut down and there's a lot of sap coming out of it. And this is a pine. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna find some wood chips, right? And I'm gonna steal some of that, right? So I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna scrape it right off. Right off. I'm gonna get a few of these, see that? So, and I'm gonna put that in with the bird's nest. Hopefully, that'll catch a good spark. So I want a bunch of this. I'm gonna do is scrape this up. So I need some to burn for a second for this bird's nest to catch, because it is, like I said, pretty stinking damp. Like I said, I could cut into wood. I don't got that kind of time right now, so this is a little trick, right? Get some of those wood chips that are on there. Steal some of that, right? Now let's hope it catches a spark and we get a fire. All right guys, so I got all my kindling. I got my bird's nest with that sap in it. So I got my little twigs, those like little guys, match size, 2, you know, like a pencil tip, bigger, I guess, marker tip. Then I got my pencil size that goes next, and then a little bigger, and then we can get into the bigger stick fuel, right? And then you can get into stuff that's like that size. But we want to get the fire going, we want to get it hot, okay? So I got the triangle laid down, and like I said, with this triangle we need air, heat, and fuel. So the way it's set up with that triangle, the 2 that come to the point, their base lays on the wide part of the triangle, and you can lift that bottom, that base part, up and down to get air into there, and I'll show you as this gets going. But let me set this up and we'll get it going. All right guys, so I got the fire set up. Let's see here, get you more angled. Okay, I got it set up. So my triangle goes like this. My bird's nest is in the center, and then I got the small and pencil size kindling on there. So what I mean by these 2 parts sit on this base, and if you need oxygen, you can just raise it and lower it as you go. So let's try this out. Hopefully the sap works, because like I said, everything is pretty wet. If it doesn't work, we always got that lighter, right? Which everyone I hope has. Get some of this out of the way. I might have killed it. Might have killed it. There we go. So we gotta be careful. I said this is all wet, so it's delicate right now, very delicate. But you can see, you can definitely get a fire going when stuff is wet, right? Just get that oxygen in there, get those little twigs going. Once this stuff gets going, we can throw the larger stuff on. But the name of the game right now is keep this thing fed until we get it warm or hot enough to dry out the bigger stuff so it can burn. Alright guys, so we got one going. So if I needed to get a little oxygen in there, just raise that up. See that? Fire picked up a bit. So raise that up, get oxygen in there. And if you notice, like I said before, if your fire is really smoky, excuse me, it's not getting enough oxygen. So this will help. Now eventually your triangle is going to burn out, but you should have a pretty decent fire going by then. All right. So we got fire, guys. We got fire. Sparsely laying this over. It's about the driest stuff I could find out here. The tree sap really helped because that bird's nest that I gathered, yeah, it probably would have gone, but I'd been working at it for a minute, and you know, that tree sap, first spark it took, but I didn't notice it until I hit that second spark, and then it really went. So if you do find something, if there's not a pine tree cut down, and you have your hatchet or whatever, you can stick it into the side of the tree, and it essentially will bleed that sap trying to repair itself. So you could let that sit for an hour, start gathering it if you need it, and you know, get your material for the fire ready while you're waiting. So you just get things done. But I hope this helped, guys. Video 2, and we're gonna have different fires going throughout the video. We're gonna make this site better, more comfortable, because you know, you see, sleeping on the ground isn't so great, so we're gonna fix that. We never want to be on the ground. So thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, stay tuned, guys. Leave your comments. I want to know if you do something different. Let me know. All right, have a good one, guys.